is Olympic weightlifting, and I've competed for this country at 2 Olympic Games, 2004, thank you, and 2008 Olympic Games, and 5 Commonwealth Games for Australia in the Australian colours, representing everyone in this country. So for women to compete at the Olympic Games in weightlifting, it took 104 years for women to have a vote that passed, not unanimously, to be able to lift weights at the Sydney Olympics. So about four Olympic Games after that, are trans athletes competing in a women's category. It took 52 years for women to compete in weightlifting at the Commonwealth Games. And I was part of that first women's team at the Commonwealth Games to lift. That was a pretty historical moment for women weightlifters. Very historical. That meant a lot to me. And then at my 5th Commonwealth Games, I lined up against a trans weightlifter, a biological male, that was 50 kilos heavier than me, was about, 20 centimetres taller than me at least, maybe 30. That felt incredibly unfair. I trained for 20 plus years to be the best weightlifter, this best female weightlifter in this country. I trained for 20 years. 12 times a week I was training to represent Australia at the Olympic Games and the Commonwealth Games. I cannot express the unjust feeling that I had, the injustice when I sat there trying to do my warm-up at the Commonwealth Games and trying to forget what was happening right in front of me. It was incredibly hard. Unfair. So for 20 years, I've been trying to promote strength sports for women and how great it is, half risk of osteoporosis in later life, what an amazing feeling it is to be a strong woman. So, thank you. So I probably wouldn't be speaking in this space except for I have experienced it. I was representing this country at Olympic and Commonwealth Games, and I line up against a biological male. It was horrendous. It was disappointing, and I've experienced it. So whenever I come across people that have an opinion on this topic, I just want to ask, do you know what it feels like, and have you experienced it? Because I have, and some of my teammates have as well. And to train as hard as you can and to see boys coming to the gym and getting really, really good really quickly, it's really hard, except that I can tell myself it's different because I'm not a biological male. I'm a female, my body is different, as you can see, number 4 on the way. So I just want to speak in this space because when I was wearing a Save Women's Sport singlet last week walking around, people were looking at me very confused. What's wrong with women's sport? Why do we have to save women's sport? I'm telling you, this is why we need to save it. I have 3 daughters, and one of them is at the national level in her sport, and I'm just really hoping that it doesn't happen to her, but that's why I want to speak. I'm not competing anymore. This is not about me. This is about the principle of what is going on here, and it's not fair. So I'm doing this for my 3 girls, and I want to do this for every female that wants to be an elite athlete and compete in the future.